Listen here, girl. I know you think it's a game, but it is absolutely not. Okay, this is the energy supplement from Just Move Supplements. That's right. It's damn near all gone, girl, and that's because I had to get that energy up so I can complete the workout, so I can give y'all this body, this transformation, get into it, okay? And I'm done working out now, so that's why we're moving on to the protein shakes. Oh yes, it's already in there, girl. It's already made right here. This is the mixture of the banana pudding, the chocolate cake, and the buttercream cupcake. And you really want to be fancy, you can go ahead and add that blueberry muffin if that's what you want to do, girl. But for me, it's these three right here, okay? You put that with some almond milk, you mix it all up in honey, okay? Your muscles have gained life, new energy, agility. Get into it, okay? Just Move Supplements. Thank you very much. Hold up, Chief. Okay, don't forget about that TLC NutriBurst to get that multivitamin powder, because we all need a little extra. And child, if you want that sea moss that go down smooth, don't come up rough, okay? Get into the TLC Nautica sea moss. Yes, get that from me. And child, if your stomach hurt and you need to move some things around so you can be free, okay, go ahead and get that ISO tea down below in the description box. Get it all from me. Come on in, come on in, come on in, not come on in, not come. Sorry, y'all know I'm weird, whatever.
Hey everybody, what's up? It's your girl BondyBlue. So let's go ahead. Hey everybody, what's up? It's your girl BondyBlue. Okay, follow me on Instagram and let's get into the video, right?
We back. We're back for Weekends Unknown, okay? Yes, y'all. All right, we're going to start off with the good old family or fiance. Okay, y'all, I had to get these graphics together, y'all. I can't come to y'all without these graphics. Otherwise, we don't know what the hell going on because we don't know none of these people. But let me tell y'all something. This shit right here, I'm sorry. These, look, Marcus, I think that was his name, the brother. When I tell y'all, his facial expressions throughout this entire episode had me dying laughing. When he hit us with this one, this was probably the first time I started to notice the facial expressions. This one, right? Like when I tell y'all, I was dying laughing at Tiffany's brother's facial expressions, and he was giving Kanye vibes. You know what I'm saying? He was definitely giving like a Kanye to the vibe. Okay, as far as like his voice and how he talked in and kind of how he vocalized himself. But yeah, the episode was still, it was okay. It wasn't as good as the last one, child, but it was good enough. Okay, let me tell you something. The thing that I really liked about this episode is that everybody wanted to be honest. Nobody but Fred and his mama wanted to be with the bullshit. Now listen, I'm sorry, they're not on the right sides. Okay, this is Tiffany. This is Tiffany's family. Okay, it's Tiffany's brother, her best friend, her mama. Over here is Fred's best friend, mama, brother. Okay, brother and best friend are tired of this bullshit. They know who Fred is. They know Fred is a cheating ass alcoholic, okay, who is in a relationship with a girl who he does not fully value. She doesn't feel heard. She feels like all of her issues in their relationship are constantly dismissed. He'll laugh it off, act as if how she feels means nothing. And something tells me that their relationship has been volatile because of his drinking. They didn't get into that. They didn't showcase that, but they definitely, vocalize that the drinking and the arguing is an issue in a relationship. Okay. So let's go ahead and get into these notes. I see y'all coming in. I ain't got time to be waiting. So I'm going to go ahead and get into this so we can move on. Okay. So y'all, Tiffany and Fred, like I said, Fred is a cheater. He proposed on a cruise and she only agreed to get married because she fell backed into a corner. I was like, that's the first red flag. She said that he proposed to her on this cruise that she took him on for his birthday. And he did it like the first night that they were there. So if she didn't say yes, they would have had to go through days of uncomfortable vacations for his birthday. So she went ahead and agreed to marry him. But the fact that she already fell backed into a corner, obviously there's an age difference here as well. Like she does feel younger than him. So a lot of it feels like control. I feel like so often, we are seeing these relationships with these older men and younger women, and y'all always trying to act like whatever Jada and August Alsina had going on is the same thing. And I keep telling y'all it's not. He who has the dick in general mostly runs the situation. Okay. He who can penetrate usually is in charge in one way or another in the situation, in a way that I don't think the woman necessarily is all the time. You know what I'm saying? Of course, there are always exceptions to a rule, you guys. But just generalizations. Okay. I'm not about to sit up here and act like when women date younger men, it's the same thing as when men date younger women. It just doesn't seem that way at all. It always feels like some type of control factor going on. But he physically uncoupled from her, as Tracy put it, in order to engage with Tracy. And I felt like that was such a teller. And I'm glad that Tracy does that. So, like, when they're in a moment, she'll point out things that she finds problematic as they're sitting there talking. And one of the first things she noticed was that when he starts to explain things, he takes his arm from around Tiffany and leans into Tracy. So that means you've uncoupled from her and left her back here so that you can engage with me, which is also a teller of him constantly being flirtatious and fucking with other women and then acting like she's crazy. Okay. When it's obvious that you've created a physical difference between the way you were handling her before you started to engage with another female. You know what I'm saying? So it's just obvious that he moves this way just off these very simple things, right? So he says it's not a big deal, even though this is something that Tiffany has brought up before. Then she says that she found text messages from another girl, but before that, she suspected that he was cheating and he made her think she was crazy. Like, watched her cry herself to sleep, making it seem like she was losing her damn mind. When the truth of the matter is, he was absolutely cheating on her. And he still kind of is laughing everything off throughout the whole episode. And it was like annoying. It was annoying as hell because I'm like, when are you going to stop smiling and laughing at this girl's pain? Like, I don't know how she can continues to be in this relationship with you when you can't take her feelings seriously. Like, that's extremely upsetting and annoying to deal with in a relationship, and exhausting at that. Like, to have moments when I am bearing my soul to you and you find it comical in some way. Stab, stab, stab. Like, that's how I would feel. But anyway, his mom, brother, and best friend are coming for him. He is a mama's boy. And Tiffany's brother, best friend, mom coming for her. Told y'all that. Her friend says that it doesn't matter if Fred is drinking or not. Fred is going to be who he is. So it seems as if Tiffany and maybe his side of the family feel like a lot of his negative actions come from him drinking so much. He was in the military. He had a soldier die in his arms. He has issues and he drinks to deal with those issues. But the friend feels like whether he's drinking or not, he's a fucking cheater. Okay. Period, point blank. Okay. So his best friend says that it's not even just the drinking. It's something every day with the two of them, something new every day, which means that the friend Mano, okay, light skin over here with the glasses, is used to whatever tumultuous things happen in their relationship. Okay. In a way that I think the mom was not. But it just seems like the friends are very much privy to the toxicity of the relationship and they're not really here for it. And I think that Fred thought his friends and his friend and his brother were going to show up and have his back. And usually how people feel is that if you are supporting me, that means that you are lying for me. That means that you are validating my bullshit. That means if I'm wrong, you're not going to vocalize that. That means if other people are telling me I'm wrong, you're going to defend me or make some obligatory point in order to deflect from the fact that I'm fucked up. Like, that's what people view as support. That is not support. That is not support. That's not support. Okay. That's validating bullshit. Okay. And it's toxic and it does, favors. And I feel like his mother was very much on this I need to defend my son shit. And everybody else was like, no, we're not doing that. And so Fred was taken aback by that. Okay. So Nigel, his brother, says that they don't seem to be serious about being in this relationship together because Fred is very flirtatious and that's not the way to be if you're really trying to marry somebody. His friend Mano says that his priorities are messed up. He needs to get some therapy to deal with the drinking. Sandra, his mother, says that there needs to be some healing, Marcus, her brother, says that I don't even know Jeff, which I find disrespectful, that I don't even really know you. All I know is you said hello. I need to know more about you before I feel like giving you my blessing to marry my little sister. Okay. Because that's the vibe he gave. So Claire, her best friend, says that they don't communicate very well and they truly aren't into each other the way they're pretending. None of them really feel like they're in love with each other, which I feel like is so weird. Excuse me, I feel like that's so weird. Why would we go through all of this for a relationship where we're not really in love? I feel like they think Tiffany is in love with him, but he's not really in love with Tiffany. But I also feel like a man who is in need of this amount of therapy and healing is incapable of loving someone else because he isn't really fully loving himself. So how can he love her if he can't even love himself? So I feel like there's definitely a level of truth to that statement that was being made, but I think they look at it differently. I think they feel like because he doesn't make the effort, because he laughs her off, because he doesn't take her emotions seriously. I also think that him laughing is sometimes his response, but not necessarily that he isn't taking her serious in the moment. I just think that once the moment is over, he's going to do whatever he wants to do. He's one of those people that I'm going to say what I need to say, but ultimately, in the moment, I'm going to make the decision that I want to make. So if I want to cheat on you, I'm going to cheat on you. If I want to have conversations with other women, I'm going to have conversations with other women. If I want to drink, I'm going to drink. And I'm going to lie to you about it and act as if I'm only drinking beer when I know good and goddamn well I just finished off a half a bottle of Crown. Like, sir. Anyway, so it seems as if, like I said, Jeff was very shocked that everyone was calling him on his bullshit and saying that they didn't think the relationship was good. He was even shocked when Tiffany's mom, June, was like, I don't think you're good for my daughter. And she even said at the beginning of the episode, she thinks they're two good people, but that doesn't mean that they are good for each other. I don't think the mom is a flip-flopper. I think that his mom is trying to be honest about what's happening here because she's not delusional, but also protect her son because she doesn't like the fact that everybody is calling him on his shit at once. But that's a part of the problem. And I think a lot of mothers of sons, specifically Black sons, do not make them accountable or responsible for their actions. So they grow up and go through life feeling as if they never really have to be accountable. I really want to do a video on Relax with Blue about this video I saw of Marlon Wayans talking about the reason why he never got married is because his mom was always his number one girl. And I know everybody thought that was so sweet. I thought that shit was weird. I think that shit is weird. I think your mom had like 11 other kids, and just because you're the youngest does not mean you get to then decide that I'm not going to marry another woman because I view my mom in that space. That shit is weird to me. I'm sorry, but that seems unbalanced. So that's why I want to talk about that on Relax with Blue. But it did remind me of this, of how she felt the need to mother an adult man. And I need for people to understand that at some point you have to allow your adult children to be adults, whatever that means. And it does not mean that you have to baby them or protect them from the repercussions of the decisions they decided to make because they're an adult. You can no longer protect them from their own mistakes when they become an adult. That's just what it is. And that's hard, but it's the truth. Okay. So they asked him 21 questions. And when they asked him about how many times he has cheated, he said once. He said once. And then her mom checks him immediately and says, no, it was one girl. And then he admits that it happens 3 times. And that's when Marcus's facial expressions happen. And I thought it was hilarious. And they ask how much he drinks, and he says, oh, I just drink beer. And y'all, that's alcoholics' favorite thing to say. They just drink beer, as if drinking 1,000 beers in one day isn't going to get you drunk or something. You're still an alcoholic. And if you have a problem with alcohol, cutting back is not you getting in control of the situation. I don't care what you're talking about. That's such bullshit to me. But either way, he admits to drinking Crown earlier because Marcus was like, I know I saw you pouring something out of a glass, and beer don't come in a glass like that. Okay. Out of the Crown bottle. The Crown bottle is very distinct. Okay. No beer bottle looks like the Crown bottle, nigga. And we saw you at the bar pouring yourself a drink at the beginning of the episode. So we saw you pouring that Crown, and you standing up here drunk right now talking to us, answering these damn questions. Your eyes are red. So I think they were cutting a lot out, but I think Marcus's facial expressions said a lot. Okay. It said a lot. Tiffany's mom also, I think her name was Grace. I feel like I forgot. June. I'm sorry. June brings up the situation from only a month ago because he continues to speak as if the cheating situation is in the past and that's who he was and that's not who he isn't anymore. And he has to make the changes, but the changes don't come overnight. No, but you make a decision. I'm not going to cheat because I told my woman I wasn't going to, and then you stop cheating. You don't tell her, oh, because I cheated on you again, That means that it just takes time for me to change. Boy, I will punch you in the neck. That is some bullshit. And I cannot believe that he continued to say that and they continue to allow him to say it as if it made sense. Him continuing to say, oh, it's going to take time. It does not take time for you to choose to make the right decision. You are on bullshit. Okay? You are on absolute bullshit. And then you continue to lie. So apparently, he was talking to some woman from school back in the day, and she was jealous that he had a fiance. And he was telling her that she still looked good and that she should hit him up if she's ever in town. Sir, you're a cheater. You're a cheater. It is what it is, you know? And if Tiffany wants to be with someone who fucks on other girls, that's fine as well. But if she isn't, then she's going to have to make the decision for herself that this relationship is not healthy for her. And we see she does not seem strong enough to do that. And when I say that, I mean that she isn't strong enough to put how she's feeling for him to the side for what's better for herself. And that's the thing. That's what's hard to do. It's hard to stop doing wrong shit because it's just hard. You know, you want to be with the person. It feels better to have them than to not have them, even if it's toxic. That's what your mind is telling you. But the truth of the matter is, if somebody isn't good for you, removing them from your life is the best decision that you can make. Not holding on while they continue to drag you through the fucking mud, you know, in hopes that eventually they will act right. Like, no. No, 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 no. All right. And later on, I'm sorry, no, not later on. Jeff's mom, while talking to Tiffany, continues to make excuses for him. But his brother isn't playing those games. And I appreciated that about his brother. His brother was like, no. Why does she need to hit you? Exactly. I was so happy when both families said no. Right? Oh my God. I'm looking at y'all comments just now. Hey, everybody. Sorry. Y'all know I be trying to get through the notes. But anyway, at dinner, Jeff's mom asked, you know, what happened, baby? Did you get beat up? I said, Mama, he is a grown ass man. If he got beat up, it was because of the decisions that he made. He did it. It was him. You know, that aggravated me. He's an adult. What the fuck you need to woo 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 this grown ass man for sitting up here drunk? Okay. Anyway, he said, yeah, he got beat up a little bit, but he got, you know, he's going to take it. He got it. And then he makes excuses for himself, saying things like he's not going to change overnight. His brother says that he needs to find a way to fix his issue. His mom was like, well, what do you want him to do? I said, Mama, we want him to go to therapy and deal with his issues. And if he cannot be faithful to Tiffany, do not lie to her and pretend as if he can be faithful to Tiffany. That's what we want him to do, Mama. And you know, on the spot, nobody could give that reasoning, but I'm gonna give that to you, Mama. We want a man that's going to mean what he says and says what he means. Be honest. Stop lying. Stop bullshitting. And it honestly seemed like you babied the fuck out of Jeff, but then raised the other brother to be a responsible human being. Child, I'm so confused by this mama right now. She made me so mad. I understood why Tiffany got upset and walked away, because you are enabling the fuck out of him. How is he ever going to be better for me as his woman if his mama keeps enabling his behavior? Don't you see that you telling him that he's not wrong is what usually probably keeps him making a wrong decision? Because it wasn't until everybody said he was wrong that he decided to think, maybe it is me. Maybe it is me. But that took everybody telling him he was fucked up in order for that to happen. That's why I can't stand you enabling ass mamas. Oh my God. Please raise your children to be right instead of, you know, raising them to be codependent on you emotionally because you got fucking issues, because that's what this mama was doing. That's what she was doing. Okay? Tiffany's mom is like, at the end of the day, I do not hold my tongue or bite my tongue for your son, and I want you to do the same with my daughter. Basically, ma'am, stop it. Stop it. Okay? That ma'am, please stop. Mano talks to Jeff about how he isn't, you know, how this situation isn't just about him and everything is about him. And now he's thinking, you know, like I said, maybe he is the problem. When they talk to Tracy, Jeff makes it seem like Tiffany sees that he's changed, but everybody else doesn't. And it was so hurtful. I said, so you really didn't believe any of the bullshit you were saying the night before when you was talking to Mano, for you to show up to therapy talking about, oh, the family just has it all fucked up. I'm really not that bad. No, yes, you are. Look at her face. Her face said the whole time that she was not happy. You know what I'm saying? Yes, I also love seeing the other men hold him accountable. I really appreciated that. Y'all, it's Fred. Why do I have Jeff in my notes? I'm sorry, y'all. It's Fred. I'm sorry. But y'all see it down here on the screen, right? Okay. I'm sorry. I don't know why my notes say Jeff. I must have, y'all know, I'm going from one show to the next and my notes get all discombobulated. I'm sorry. But it's down here on the screen. Y'all see it. Y'all know who I'm talking about. Anyway, so hold up. So yes, Fred made it seem as if Tiffany, saw these changes, and no, those changes are not real. Fred, okay, Fred. Let me change the notes. I don't know why the notes are fucked up at this point. They were right at the beginning. I'm sorry, y'all. Okay, but Tiffany sees that. I'm sorry. Tiffany feels like her feelings don't matter. Yes, Tiffany expresses that she feels like he's constantly dismissing her feelings. And he says that he wants to be whatever she needs and he's going to try to fix it. He's going to go to therapy. He's looking to her eyes. He's being vulnerable, but she doesn't believe him. And Tracy is like, well, here's the thing. You can't beg him to get to this place. And when he gets to this place, you like it took you too long to get here. So even though I understood what Tracy meant, I still understood that Tiffany doesn't believe him because Tiffany has an understanding of him and his bullshit. She understands that he has said these things and been this way time and time and time again. Okay. The men help him put together like this romantic dinner for Tiffany. And Tiffany's mom and her friend don't think that he's really in it. They don't think that he's really in love with her. At dinner, he laughs at her when she's telling him about how he doesn't understand her feelings. He says this is a new him and he's not the same. She tries to talk to him about his drinking and he says that he turned it down a little bit. He seems to think his family won't agree that he has a problem with alcohol, but he says he will get some therapy. I said Fred is fucking delusional. Fred is delusional, y'all. Fred sitting up here saying all of this crazy shit. I was just like, oh my God. Kids need roots and wings. If your kid is afraid to leave, something is wrong. Exactly. So we need to talk to June about what y'all did to Tiffany in order for her to be this fucked up. Okay? Because it ain't just him. Tiffany was lying to herself at the blessing. Wasn't she though? Yeah, she's apprehensive because she's heard it all before. I was your fool. I believed in you. Yes, I did. But your lies ain't working now. Look who's hurting now. And I had to shut you down. I had to shut you down. Used to hang on to your every word. But the more you lied to me, the more I heard. The things you used to say would sound so sweet. I'm not me, but to believe. Heard it all before I was at work. It wasn't my car you saw, baby. I swear it wasn't me, but your lies ain't working. All right, I'm done. Anyway. But yeah, y'all, I think the dinner was indicative of the fact that he hasn't changed, and it is the same old song. Okay, it's the same old song, just a different meaning since you've been gone. Child, I don't understand. So after that, they go to the blessing ceremony, right? Nobody gives their blessing, and he still gets down on one knee to propose. Okay, talking about their resetting. Maurice's face of confusion and annoyance continues to tickle me. Her mom, June, says that he's an attention whore and he was going to say whatever he needed to say to get on the good foot. Okay, that's what he did. He said what needed to be said to get on the good foot. Okay, but he went to therapy, y'all. He went to therapy. He's still drinking, but he cut back. The same thing he said before. He says that they are communicating better, but they're still a work in progress. And Tiffany says that she believes he's faithful now. So nothing has changed. Nothing has changed. That's unfortunate. It really is. Because I really looked at this situation and seeing another young girl with low self-esteem for whatever reason. And I really wanted to tap into what her previous relationships were like so we could understand, why are you doing this? Like, why are you doing this? Why are you in this relationship with this man that you are obviously not happy in? And it was written all over her face. There are so many times in these relationships where you could tell these girls do not want to be there, but for some reason still choose to marry, get engaged, and stay in toxic relationships with old ass niggas that don't mean them no well. I just mm, mm, mm. Maurice knew in that moment that Tiffany was weak. That's why. Is it Maurice or Marcus? I thought his name was Marcus. Child, see, I can't remember nobody's name. Yeah, he was laying that pacification on thick. Wasn't he though? Wasn't he though? Looking all in her eyes and shit. I feel like she said yes because she felt obligated to, like, when they were in a cruise. True. And then they were in front of everybody. Probably that brother is like, what the all the way hell, child. Whatever that means. He ain't learned nothing. He backed her into a proposal just like he did the first time. Old patronizing, dickheaded ass ninja. Take your tail on, sir. Beat it. Scram. She has to love herself more than she loves him. Marriage amplifies everything jacked up and annoying about a person. Don't it, though? Don't it, though? Child, I thought I could deal with somebody being trifling. I be in here about to stab lyric. He gonna have to get his life together. You know what I'm saying? With that beautiful Godiva skin, she needs to do better because she can. And her weave was laid. Her weave was absolutely laid. She was given everything as far as looks was concerned. It was pretty skin. It was pretty teeth. It was nice, shiny weave that blended in perfectly. She was giving us so many good things, child. Okay. I was just like, girl, why is you wasting it on this old ass drunk nigga? He must have no, because drunk niggas dick don't be that amazing. So I'm just really trying to understand what we going through. What we going through, Tiffany girl. We gonna pray for you. We gonna pray for you, but you look good, girl. Okay. She don't want those 6 years to be in vain. Let me tell y'all something. There is no such thing. There is no such thing as your 6 years being in vain. Every relationship is a learning experience. Every relationship is something that you can learn from and move on from. And another thing is that life is a fucking experience. Life is an experience, you guys, which means that just living it is the point. Just being here, okay, is the point. Being in the relationship, starting it, falling in love, going through the ebbs and flows, and then if it gets bad, leaving it and learning from it and moving on to another relationship that doesn't, repeat the same toxic traits. Like, there are so many things, but like, nobody is wasting their time. It was 6 years of a relationship that you love the person, but it didn't work out. It's not a waste of time, y'all. You're not wasting anything because a relationship didn't work out. If it's time to go, it's time to fucking go. Hey, I enjoyed it while it lasted. That needs to be the attitude, y'all. I enjoyed it while it lasted. Okay, but before we move on to put a ring on it, y'all know what y'all need to do for me. Nigga be feeling that beat. All right, y'all, let's get into put a ring on it. Okay, so y'all put a ring on it. So Jessica and Eric, that's what we're gonna start. Jessica and Eric expressed to each other in front of Dr. Nicole how they're feeling. And Jessica says that she doesn't feel heard. Isn't this very reminiscent of Family or Fiance? She doesn't feel heard. She feels like Eric doesn't care about her feelings. Okay. I feel like he only wants this relationship to go one way. I feel like he only wants her to listen to him. He only wants her to make changes for him, but he doesn't want to do those things for her. Okay. I don't know what to feel about Jessica because I feel like a lot of Jessica a lot of Jessica's interactions with men are based in her need to be taken care of versus love or physical attraction or, like just wanting someone for who they are, really enjoying their company. And you can tell that her and Eric were never in a relationship that was built off of anything real because their arguments are so big to me. He doesn't value you as a person. He doesn't care about what you have to say as it pertains to his life. And he doesn't care about what you have to say as far as how you feel about how he treats you. Okay? But he is worried about how you view him as a man with money. He is worried about, if you have substance. Now, after he's been with you all these years, he's worrying about you cheating after he cheated on you for the first half of y'all relationship, and you just had to get over that shit. Okay? Like, it was a lot of things that I just don't like about Eric. And Jessica is problematic to me as well, but I just find Eric to be so annoying. And I feel like we see Jessica's issues. We talk about Jessica's issues every episode. And Eric just gets to skate by as if he's not the dog I think he is. Y'all talk to me. I think Jessica being adopted has a lot to do with wanting to be loved. It does, but I also feel like I don't see her looking for love. I see her looking for someone to take care of her, to provide stability to her. And that's not a bad thing, but that seems to be at the forefront of your mind when you are picking a spouse. Because how long y'all been together and you just not realizing that he doesn't value you? He only want her for her looks. Almost every episode, he basically tells her she has no substance. Relationship seems terrible. Jam. Eric and LaRonda dates. What? Eric and Sean are on my nerve. Jessica and Eric play the same things with each other for the rest of his life because they don't want to seem as the weaker individual if they leave each other. Child, Eric really reminds me of T.I. She deserves better. Caught you, no judgments. I missed it. Hold up. Let me see. Okay. Eric acts like he is just being sure he shouldn't upgrade, and she is realizing she may have downgraded. The truth of it all. He gaslights the fuck out of her. His mindset is just as fucked up. I agree. And that's not looking for someone to pay attention to her and looking for someone to provide. He's not really the institution of being in a relationship. Okay. Eric saying Jessica has no substance says more about him than it does about her. Well, he did pull up in the DM. So what you mean? Who pulled up in the DM, Alicia? Inquiry minds want to know. Expound, bitch. Expound. Who pulled up in whose DMs? I need names. Their relationship probably is on superficiality. Absolutely. She's giving Sean the what? That Denise comment hit. Oh, which one? Okay, Eric acts like he's just being sure he should up. Right. It's it. I think she's gonna leave him. I hope she does. Man, listen, Moondisag needs to let their hair in the relationship go. He's a bump. That's how they met on it. Oh, okay. Got you. Eric is a typical struggling former athlete. His insecurity about himself is projecting onto her. I agree with all of what y'all just said. Okay. I agree with all of that. All right. So let's get back into these notes. Okay. Everyone gets the option to go on a third date or no dates at all this week. And LaRonda chooses to go on a third date with Derek, which makes Sean feel away. And Jessica chooses to go on a third date with Sean. Yeah, I hate it's right in my notes, but it just sounded wrong in my head. Jessica chooses to go on a third date with Sean because he makes her feel heard. Eric goes on another date with Leilani, and he's wondering if he should be getting married to Jessica if Leilani makes him feel this way. This week, they had to figure out how family influences their partnership, okay? So that means looking at your family pathology and figuring out how your people fucked you up in this relationship. Sean and LaRonda talk about their family dynamics, and LaRonda's family is great, but Sean has issues with his dad, who was an alcoholic and wasn't really there for them. He feels like he chose the bottle over his relationship with them, and I feel like Sean is extremely upset about that to this day, and you can tell by the way he talks about it. LaRonda thinks it would be very important and, it would be beneficial for Sean to resolve his issues with his father, but he feels like it's not good for him. He doesn't want to put himself in that type of situation situation. I'm guessing anytime he's tried to have conversations with his father, it has not gone anywhere, which means that the daddy don't want to hear that shit. Okay. Eric goes to the salt room with Leilani so he can relax with someone else. They go into the salt room and he's touching her breast when he closes her robe, so she doesn't tempt him. I'm like, boy, bye. Didn't Jessica just explain to you at the beginning of the episode that she did not like all that touchy-feely shit you had going on with Leilani? And here y'all are, coupled up, cuddled up, touching all on each other body parts. This was a problem. This was an issue for me. Okay. Now, Jessica threatened that she would not be like Alexia. The situation would not go down the same if he tried to Darion her. But to me, it looked like, bitch, he might have Darion you, because him and Leilani are a little bit too comfortable with all of the touching. They was laid up and he touched her breast. And I was like, girl, you let that man touch your breast? What is going on? And then I heard that he touched her ass too. And I was just like, hold up. They doing way, way, way too much. And it's another situation where I feel like he's doing all of this because he knows that Jessica will eventually see it. Child, we've all talked about how we're speculating that Jessica is pregnant based off of the confessional looks, okay? So LaRonda goes on another date with Derek. They box and spar. Then they talk. He wants to know where they are headed because he was surprised to get a third date. LaRonda likes his confidence and feels like he has a lot to offer. I don't feel like LaRonda is taking him serious at all. I don't think she's taking him seriously. I think that she likes to be in the power position in a relationship. But I do find that when men are lacking in confidence, that is unattractive. It is. It's not attractive for you to be crying like a little bitch because I went out on a date with somebody, knowing you ain't never been faithful in not a relationship except this one. I'm just saying. Okay. But I don't think that she was serious or had any real intentions on dating Derek thereafter. It definitely felt like she was going on that date to make Sean feel away, because he's still not saying the things that she wants him to say as far as marriage is concerned. But why do you want to marry a man that I feel like you can't really depend on? Jessica and Eric talk about his lack of relationship with his mother. And I was like, oh, there it is. See, Eric has always come off very bitch made to me when he deals with Jessica in his tit for tat, you hurt me so I'm gonna hurt you type of way. There's almost a violence to the way he handles Jessica in their relationship. Like, he's mean to her. She's crying. He doesn't give a fuck. He wants to hurt her because it feels like he's controlling her or he has the upper hand. I feel like that's what I see when I've seen them get into it in the past on this show. And now that I find out he has issues with his mom, now I know why. You're angry at your mother and you take it out on Jessica. Okay. And Jessica knows that. She feels like their lack of relationship has caused his mother to not like her as well. I'm like, no, his mama don't like you because she's in competition with you. And she's in competition with you because she did not do what she was supposed to do for her son. But her son became an athlete and he still took care of her. And then she still was the gimme girl. Oh, you bought me a house, but you didn't fully furnish it. Oh, you bought me furniture, but you didn't buy me a car. So he has this very negative relationship with his mother and he doesn't like to deal with her. But Jessica wants him to deal with that because she feels like it causes the issues between the two of them. And she was adopted. I want to know if she was adopted by her dad's sister or by her mom's sister. But basically she says her mom was white. I think that's what she meant. Her mom was white. Her dad was black. Her mom was a prostitute who got pregnant for a black man. And her family was not happy when she was trying to bring this little mixed baby home. And I was like, y'all mad about the baby being half black, but not that your daughter's a prostitute? Child trailer park. You ain't missing nothing. Don't feel bad. Because she's sitting up there. If your own blood family don't want you, you know, how could, girl, them racist ass white people wasn't worth knowing or having. When I promise you, you probably did so much better in your life by being raised by your aunt. I know it hurt, but sometimes people ain't worth shit. Sometimes they really not worth shit. And it's much better for them to have never been in your life at all than to have sold you for drugs to some fucking body. Okay? Just saying. But Jessica, I think because of that, because she knew her mom was a prostitute, I think it likened her to that lifestyle of transactional sexuality. Meaning, I'm a stripper, calling yourself a dancer. Ma'am, no. Okay, dancers do choreography. Okay. If you're not doing choreography, you are not a dancer. You are a stripper. And that is okay. It is okay for you to be an exotic dancer. It is okay for you to be a stripper. It is okay for you to twerk that ass and do the gymnastics on that pole. We will give you that. We will call you pole gymnastics, bitches. We will call you anything else. But y'all not about to sit up there and call yourselves dancers. Like what y'all do is choreographed and y'all out here with the boom clack clack. No, y'all are not. Okay. Y'all are with the let me, get a little drink in me and swerve my body around the pole and jiggle my ass and titties in this nigga's face to pay my bills. And that's fine. But that's not the same thing. Just want to point that out. Jessica, I think, trying to be like her mom because she doesn't have a relationship with her, that is so fucked up to me that she decided to become a dancer and all of that. And she says that she was doing that to take care of her kids. And that's why she doesn't like when people look down on strippers or prostitutes, because they doing what they have to do to take care of their kids. But I feel like you chose to put yourself in that situation because you thought it would make you feel closer to your mom. And that's upsetting to me, because there should have been a lot of things that you could have done to make yourself closer to your mom without doing that. Because I feel like, what favors did it do you? What favors did it do you, bitch? I really do feel like some of y'all that strip should have really went to school, got a trade, learned how to do makeup, learned how to do hair, bitch. I don't know. But y'all should have did something besides that, because I feel like it took from you in a way. And instead of saying it took from you, you're going to act like, oh, well, I had to hustle to take care of my kids. Yeah, you did. And I'm not guilty. Yeah, I want y'all to understand, I'm not guilting her in no type of way. I respect all of it. I love strippers. I respect what y'all do. But I do feel like Jessica walks around like a wounded baby bird in her spirit. And I think it's because she made decisions based off of trying to create some closeness to her mom, who wasn't there for her. And instead of focusing on her mind, or focusing on creating something for herself outside of just using her body, that's what she decided to rely on. And now you getting up in age, and all you can do is secure you another nigga with money, or get a baby for this nigga, or whatever, to make sure that you're taken care of. And you end up being in a relationship where you don't feel valued. Like, all of that is because of the decisions that you made, Jessica. It's not just him. You know what I'm saying? Bondi, do Eric a favor and connect him to Hollywood. This comb over he has makes it hard to watch. Child, let me tell you something. They know each other. I know they know each other at this point, because Ashley knows everybody. Ashley needs to make that connect. Okay? Child, get the Velcro popping. Hollywood looks much better with his hairline, but I also feel like, don't drip on my couch. That's what you want to do. But yeah, y'all, Eric appreciated this honest conversation that they were having, and she was being vulnerable. But I feel like that's bullshit, because there have been other times when she was being vulnerable with him. And I guess because it wasn't about her, it was about him and what he needed to do with his mom, it felt different. But I still, even though I liked him in that moment, I don't like Eric. I don't. They should put strippers in the Olympics. I agree. Absolutely. Okay. But yes, y'all, Jessica, and you know what? Let me tell you something. If Jessica was actually a stripper that did pole work and flipped herself around and all that, I would be so surprised. She light skinned with real soft hair. That bitch was just swerving her body all over the place. Don't even play with me like that. Okay. She did not have to work hard in the strip club. All right. I saw ballet at the strip club. Whenever at the strip club. I'm talking shows off Broadway at the strip club. I saw ballet at the strip club. Round the pole, she's shining. Listen, don't get me started. Y'all know I love me some Crystal. All right, multi. So Jessica and LaRonda go to check on Alexia. I don't have a picture of Alexia in her leave out, but I do know that she was in another confessional looking depressed and like she was going to a fume. But she's annoyed and pouring out that cheap ass Sutter Homes wine. I was like, oh, y'all gonna feel sick. Alexia then explains that Darian told her that they had sex more than once, him and Kai. They had sex after the fourth date, which is when they initially had sex, so they said. I don't believe that. She says that, he threw their relationship away when he decided to, clap those cheeks. Okay. And she says that thank you to whoever takes Darian off of her hands. She can be who she needs to be without him. I said, oh, is that true? Is that true? Because you're online arguing with Kai like you still want the nigga. Thank you, so Sir Smiles Lightfoot, for becoming a member. I appreciate you, love. Okay. Yeah, no. No. I'm not here. I'm not here for any of this. Cause I feel like Lex is on bullshit. I feel like Lex is saying everything that the public wants to hear, just like Darian used to tell her what she wanted to hear. But the truth of the matter is, you and that man probably still together. Or if y'all not still together, he come by when he wants to. I don't know. Something just makes me feel like they still together. Hold up, y'all. I gotta get my charger. What y'all think? Do y'all let me know right now? Poll. Do y'all think that Lex and Dariana still together? Especially when you consider her and Kai arguing on social media, and Kai putting that Phil Mob is broke on his car and messing up his car. She done all kind of crazy bitch shit. And I'm just like, girl, y'all was going steady. Y'all wasn't going steady. Y'all just were fucking around. Like, yeah, the sex great. But damn, babe, we fucking around. Girl, you got me high. Popping up at my spot. What's up? You got your goddamn mind. What the fuck is you thinking about? You've been misinformed. Sorry if you read me wrong. I told you what you wanted to hear. Sorry if I led you on my bed. Yeah, that pussy good. Right, but I ain't your guy. If you was looking for a dude, girl, I'm not your guy. I'm not gonna come over every day. She was trying to get him to move in with her. I'm not gonna talk to you on the phone all the time. You fucking stalker, you. I ain't trying to be rude, but I'm not trying to eat your food. I'm gonna keep it funky with you. We ain't that cool. We just been cooling it. We ain't going steady. Coming on, you wanna play, girl? You know I'm ready. Get fucking around. You know better. You know my name, Flip. It ain't like we go together. Like, you just my little buddy. You just my little buddy, bitch. That's all you are. At the end of the child, Rocco ain't never made a realer song. There's never been a realer song been put out in life than Going Steady by Rocco featuring Plies. Okay? Then they go my phone, told me she might be pregnant. I told her, okay, cool, but I ain't for you, nigga. I'ma pray for you. Hope you find your baby daddy. My rubber didn't bust. Girl, I was shaking. Bumped your head. Girl, we just fucking around. Only beat you once, maybe twice. You catching feelings now? Girl, listen, I'm not gonna keep going, but I could. Anyway, Jessica goes on a 4th date with Sean. Yeah, I'm sorry. I did not get a picture for Sean. I totally forgot. But y'all know what Sean looked like. Sean was too emotional. Sean feels too lucky to have a beautiful woman in his face. And that's why he's getting all emotional about the opportunity to date her again. And she was like, I just have a lot to think about. You are not really into him, girl. You are not really into him. Please do not have this man on a string because you want to be able to go back to him and get some money out of him when you deem it suitable, necessary, or when you decide to stop fucking, with cul-de-sac head over here. Like, I just, I don't like the fact that I feel like she was low-key playing with his feelings, but then at the same time, I was like, nigga, pick your pussy up. You're doing too much. So they all talked to Dr. Nicole. And Jessica and Eric discuss his relationship with his mother. Eric needs to work on not seeing Jessica through the lens of a hurt little boy. They discuss teaching the kids, their two, because they both have 2 sets of kids, how to resolve conflict in a healthy way. Meaning, you can argue around your kids. That's not the issue. It's healthy arguing. Please don't call each other out of each other's name. Like, resolve the issue. Be healthy about it if you're going, but if you're going to curse each other out real bad, do it silently in the room. Okay. Text each other curse words, but don't like subject your children to that energy. Find a way to resolve the conflict. Okay. When they get to Sean and LaRonda, Dr. Nicole tells him that he can't make another person come to the table to resolve. He has to recognize that your parents' choices don't always have anything to do with the kids. It's not always about the kids. And that's unfortunate because it should be. That's why I don't have any children right now, because I always felt like I wanted to have kids when I can fully give them what they needed from me. and when I could be the best version of myself. And in my 20s, I don't feel like I was anybody's best version of Brittany to have children. Okay. Because even now, as I've gotten older, just now having different understandings of how we should be handling our kids and teaching them how to control their emotions versus getting mad and angry with them when they can't control their emotions. It shows them that anger is the response to, a negative situation versus teaching them how to calm down, teaching them how to deal with how they're feeling in a moment. You know what I'm saying? And I feel like that wasn't exactly something that my mind was on when I was 25, 24, 23. I thought that I should parent the way my parents parented me. But now that I'm older, I see and understand that things have to change because we have to progress and we have to unlearn toxic behaviors that were taught to us by people that tried to beat us to death because they wanted us to be slaves. So yeah, the fucked up white people shit that we have to unlearn. And it's so funny because they beat the shit out of us, but then don't hit their own kids, and then their kids turn into mass murderers and shit because they're expecting to get their way at every turn. And when they don't, they can't handle it. Cha. Okay. But I like the fact that Dr. Nicole told Sean that he could have some resolve with his daddy issues without his daddy being present for that. Your daddy don't have to come to the table as what you need for him to be in order for you to get past that. And that's just what it is. Okay. You can get past it and he doesn't even have to be involved at the end of the day. And that's because you have to decide that you want to get past it as an adult and not to continue to hold on to it or blame him for why you make bad decisions. Oh, thank you, Kaylina. I can't wait. Listen, well, no, I absolutely can't wait because the times I talk to my friends and I be at my house chilling and they be, child, my baby, child, I need for school to go back to normal before I have a kid, to tell y'all the truth. I can be about a good 30, 35, 36. I can wait. Okay. I'm only 33. I can definitely wait, y'all. I'll be a high risk geriatric ass pregnancy before I have a child and have to fully homeschooling, bitch. I don't know if I could do that. I don't have the patience for that yet. I'm not there. Okay. But either way, Jessica and Eric talk about how she gets more positive emotion from Sean than she did from Eric, and then Eric got upset about that at the end of the episode. So let's discuss that for a second. So I feel like I'm aggravated that he doesn't understand what she meant when she said that she got more positive or emotional support. Nigga, you mad at your mama. You don't know how to give emotional support to Jessica because you still mad at your mammy. She talking to a dude that may not have mommy issues, but may have some type of abandonment issues or be a mama's boy. So they want to show love and affection to a woman. You, on the other hand, are making her responsible for what your mom did not do for you. Okay, we need more backstory, but I definitely feel like I was annoyed with Eric for getting upset in that moment because I feel like you are constantly dismissing Jessica and telling her she has no substance. Do you know how fucked up that is to lay down with somebody and then tell them that they're an empty vessel? So you're around here fucking an empty vessel. That says, like somebody said earlier, that says more about you than it does about Jessica. I don't think Jessica is an empty vessel. I think that Jessica has boundaries and barriers put in place to protect herself because I do think that she probably loves hard. I think she probably, fully engages when she really wants to and all of that. We don't know what relationships were like with any of them baby daddies and all of that. But I definitely feel like she protects herself from Eric, which is why it seems as if the value is not in the love, it's in what you can provide for me. That's what it's in because she can't trust her emotions with you. She can't trust her feelings with you. They're not safe with you because the times that she has cried, you thought nothing of it, Eric. I've watched you dismiss that girl while she was crying to you about how you made her feel. And it almost seemed like you were happy to hurt her. So at the end of the day, my dude, if she is getting more of a positive emotional reaction, and I love that she said this, she was like, Sean got emotional about the idea of us not dating. The only time you've ever gotten to that level of emotion is when you were angry, when you were upset, when you were mad at me about something. And that's because you were not taught how to handle your emotions. A lot of people who aren't taught how to deal with their emotions go straight to angry before anything else. You need to be real enough to say that hurt my feelings. I feel played. Give me a moment. Be real enough to say that because at the end of the day, it's not an emotion that anybody has never felt before. Like everybody has felt played. Everybody has felt embarrassed. Everybody has felt like they don't matter. Everybody has felt like they're not loved, they're not seen, or not heard at one moment or another. Every person on earth has felt that feeling. So if you feel that way in the moment, it may not be that person's intent. So that's why you should be real enough to say, in this moment, this is how I am feeling. And when people can't deal with the honesty of those emotions, you just know you can't trust them with your emotions. Therefore, there needs to be no more conversation about feelings with that person, because they can't handle those emotions. They're not mature enough. They don't care about you enough. Whatever the reason is, cut that shit off. I feel like Jessica stayed with Eric because she thought he was going to always take care of her. She saw him as some rich, stupid baller who she could get to, take care of her for the rest of her life if she saw fit. I'm not going to say she don't love him, but I definitely feel like she knows her position in their relationship as the pretty arm piece that he wanted. And now that he's insecure and feeling like maybe he needs to find a woman with substance, that's because he wants to find somebody that's not going to throw him away when he's broke. And he feels like as soon as he can no longer provide for her the way she's used to, she's going to leave his ass hanging. And that's why every chance he get, oh, she has no substance. She has no substance. Oh, no, nigga, your pockets ain't going to have substance. And you worry she going to leave you because of that. Okay. But she not really feeling Sean. She's not really feeling Sean. He may really be feeling Leilani because I think he's a hoe. I think he feels any woman that's giving him some type of sexual energy, to tell y'all the truth. Like this, like that. Okay. And like I told y'all, Rhonda wasn't never about to go on no date with no damn Derek, or into no real date with no damn Derek. I think she's over him and he knows it. I wouldn't blame her. Rich, stupid, bald and baller. Yeah, basically. And not stupid, in no real way, sir, but I just mean stupid in a way that you should have been trying to find a woman of substance from the very beginning. The whole mindset, once you realize you're amassing wealth, should have been to find a woman that would aid you in supporting and growing that, instead of trying to find a woman that you could just tell to shut up and use as an arm piece. You didn't want a woman of substance before, because a woman of substance before would have asked more from you, would have wanted more from you, wouldn't have allowed you to just play her like a soybean burger bitch because you taking care of her. Everything that you used to your advantage before is now an issue. It was cool when you was using money to get her and control her, but now that you may not have that money, all of a sudden you want a woman that's not controlled by money. Get the fuck out of here. Get the fuck out of here. Okay? He doesn't show that he has substance either. Okay? Thank you, Sir Smiles Lifer, for the super chat. B, you ain't never sent your you never sent your Cash App info, but I gotta know, sis. Apologies for not taking. I'm in though. Smash that like button for your girl, man. Thank you. Yeah, no, somebody put my Cash App in here. My Cash App is in the chat. My Cash App is also down below in the description box. Okay. Thank you so much for that super chat. You have to have substance in order to know what to look for. Okay. Hold up, no. Somebody say something. When you get with stupid rich dude, they don't know how to make money last. He wanted a woman that looked good on his arm, but don't ask too much of him. Exactly. No, I mean stupid. He says he has no substance because she has no substance because she thinks the same as him. So ergo, he has no substance either. He's an emotionally stunted bum. Well, there's that. And there's the Cash App, BondyBlue. It's real easy. I changed it to make it easy for everybody. BondyBlue. That's me. All right, y'all, let's go ahead and move on, because, it wasn't really much to put a ring on it. So love and marriage Huntsville, y'all know how this goes. Okay. If you are a member in the Patreon, you know that I will be leaving this live and starting the next one, which is the full review. But for everybody that does not pay for my content, I'm going to give y'all a little smidget of my thoughts before I move on. Okay. So let's go ahead and get into that. So the episode starts off with the last one left off, which is with Destiny telling Tiffany that she sounded crazy coming to her with that lukewarm tea, that bullshit that she brought up at her birthday party. It was not the time nor the place, okay? Eventually, Tiffany apologizes, but she doesn't believe she was being shady. I said, you don't? You don't believe you were being shady? You're a motherfucking lie. I'm not even about to do this with you. They basically play Never Have I Ever after that. Excuse me, y'all. When you're talking, you're breathing in all this air, you constantly want to belch. Tisha questions if Kimmy was a side chick. It was shady as fuck. Did y'all notice that? Kimmy isn't sucking dick as much as everybody thought. Mel says that she started sucking dick damn near every day once Martell said that was an issue, in their relationship. When I tell y'all I be good goddamn if I suck dick every day. Child, how big was Martell? Because never mind. I'm gonna go ahead and let that go. But that just sounds like my jaw hurt. My jaw tired. I need somebody to massage deep inside the muscles of my jawline, bitch. Okay, that's what I need. Okay, child, I'm so glad that I scheduled my massage for next week instead of for 2 weeks like I normally do. Jesus. Okay. Anyway, so we discussed how handsy Kimmy can be. Kimmy touches everybody. Haven't you heard? And this is when Tisha was like, but I know she not touching Marceau because then we gonna have a problem. Girl, Tisha, listen. Nobody wants Marceau. Nobody wants Marceau. Okay? Whoever wants Marceau already got Marceau. Okay? Don't nobody want Marceau, my girl. Please stop acting like somebody wants your fucking husband. First you think Kimmy was touching on your husband or something like that. Then you think Mel wants you. Girl, don't nobody want Marceau. Marceau might be flirting with everybody, but everybody ain't flirting with him. Every time she says that, I'm like, girl, please stop embarrassing yourself by making it seem like somebody wants this man. You are insecure and worried because there is something to be worried about. If y'all didn't bring up cheating this fucking much, we would not think that Marceau was actually out here doing something. We thought that, but no evidence ever came out, so we was gonna let that shit go, except for the time when that hairstylist got on live with y'all to say that she really wasn't cheating with him, and I still believe she was lying. And he was smart enough to get him a woman that was going to get online and lie on his behalf like the good side chick that she is. Unlike Martell's dumbass that found him some young-minded girl to be his side chick, and she don't know her place, so she don't know how to stay the fuck quiet, okay? She don't know how to get online and say, girl, I have no idea what they talking about. I am not fucking that man. She don't know how to do that. Marceau knows how to find him somebody that will stay quiet and do what she's supposed to do. Okay. But it's just aggravating. Marceau is fine. Him and that underbite. Oh, okay. That's fine. Don't nobody want Marceau, Tisha. Please stop. Okay. Like, it just makes her look bad whenever she says that. And I'm not saying that Marceau ain't a good looking guy. I'm not. But I'm saying that these niggas have definitely been in the gym since they got on this show. Just like Tisha got surgery since she got on this show. Okay. So if somebody wants your man, girl, that just started. Okay. But even if it did, like, I just kind of feel like I want people to find my man attractive. I want you to know you can't have him, but I don't need to say every time I'm around somebody, oh, they wanted my girl, please. Like, I know you see it. That's all I got. I ain't gotta do all of that because I don't give a fuck about how you feel or what you doing. If my nigga don't want to get took, he can't get took. I have enough confidence in myself to never be walking around questioning some shit like that. Because at the end of the day, like, if it's gonna happen, it's gonna happen, and it's gonna come to light, and I'm gonna find out about it. And then we'll deal with it then. But when I tell y'all, I'm not looking through no phone. I'm not. Oh, let me hurry up and walk over there because I don't know who he might be talking to. I don't know. Nuh-uh. Let me tell you something. If you real enough to do some shit like that in front of my face, you must not know me. You damn sure ain't married to me if you can play with me like that. That's how you know Tisha is on bullshit. Okay? You on absolute bullshit if you've allowed that man to think he can disrespect you enough to be talking to some bitch while y'all all at the same event. I cannot. Anyway, but when Tisha made that reference to Kimmy, I was just like, you gonna keep shading Kimmy and you wonder why y'all are not friends. I thought y'all was gonna get over it. And here you are making, oh, you was a side chick. That was one of her main issues with you, was that you did not defend her to Kiowa when Kiowa called her a side chick. And now you up here questioning whether she was one. Tisha, you don't want the relationship to be better, do you? You don't want the relationship to be better. Okay, even though I saw him on live last night, doing everything down to the black, I was just kind of like, girl, I guess. But anyway, so they continue on with conversation, and Mel starts talking about boundaries, and Destiny agrees, yeah, girl, you gotta have them boundaries. I felt like, if you ask me, I think Destiny had been drinking a little bit. And she was already on one, so she probably was down in them drinks. And when she started to talk, she did interrupt Mel, and she was about to, like, she sounded like she was talking over Mel, and Mel was like, I'm not finished talking, like shutting her down. It wasn't that rude, but it was definitely like, I'm still talking, but I also felt like their energy was already off. The energy from Mel was off and the energy from Destiny was off as far as I was concerned. I think they were both coming at each other on some bullshit, if you ask me. And I also don't like Tisha in a confessional talking about, oh my God, I thought they were best friends. What is this? Like, girl, don't do that. Don't do that. You know good and goddamn well you happy to see somebody else arguing with Mel. That's how I felt. When Tisha said that, I said, Tisha, I can see right through you, and I can see that you are happy that Mel and Destiny are arguing because it makes you feel like, see, it's not just me. It's not just me. And it's like, girl, it may not be just you that Mel has issues with, but it's definitely you as to why you and Mel have issues. Like, it might be her too, but it's definitely you as well. You are not about to act as if Mel getting into it with Destiny over their issues is the same thing as what happened between y'all two. It's really, really not. You know what I'm saying? Because I feel like Destiny didn't do what Tisha did. Like, yes, I would question my relationship with Destiny if she did not tell me she was getting a divorce while I was going through my divorce. Like, that would just seem so weird to me. And I would have questions about that. But I don't know if I would feel the way I felt when Tisha would go and, get advice from Mel and then go talk shit about her to Kimmy, like, oh, she was trying to give me advice. I'm like, girl, you don't know everything, but you was asking her. You was asking her, Tisha. Okay, so I feel like it's a little bit different. I think Destiny and Mel were having like a real grown woman, we not getting along right now moment, versus Tisha in her insecurities, always feeling as if she's in some type of competition with Mel, and Mel don't even know they in competition with one another because Mel feels like she sons Tisha's ass, which she kind of does. Okay, but Mel says that she's still mad that Destiny didn't tell her about the divorce. And, Destiny was like, oh, so you making my divorce about you. And then she gets up and walks away. She's tired of this. She's tired of her defending Tiffany's messy ass. I didn't like that she kept trying to come to Tiffany. I know Tiffany, and she's not the type of person. Girl, do you? Do you know she's not that type of person? I don't feel like you can really know that. I don't. I don't feel like you can really know that because her husband has already kind of let us know that she's been known to say shit up out the side of her neck that she should not have said. She didn't just say something to Destiny. She also said something about the kids. And I'm trying to understand why you don't have a comment about that, because if somebody had said something about your children, I know you would have felt a way about that, Mel. I'm really annoyed with you continuing to make excuses for Tiffany as if she's not smart enough to realize what the fuck she was saying when it came out her mouth. Please stop. I am really annoyed with that. Please stop. Everybody knows that this lady is one of those probably like humbuggish, anything that come up, come out. I'm going to say shit that can be a little bit of, like, she just seems like the person that just doesn't think before they speak. But they know that they that person. They know they say fucked up stuff and they don't care. They're going to say it anyway because they think they being honest. They think they being genuine and real. Remember all that shit she said last week when she made allowances for the things that she said? And you still sitting up here thinking that there was nothing wrong with what you did, even though you gave that little piss poor apology to Destiny that Destiny went ahead and graciously received, even though it was on bullshit because you made excuses for your behavior in the confessional after the fact, bitch. So you was never really sorry. You was never really sorry. And I still believe what I said from the very beginning, that Mel is the one that hyped her up to do this or talked to her or gave her the game or something. But there were definitely conversations that took place off camera where you were more abreast to what the fuck was going on than Destiny and everybody else that just had to, catch the heat from whatever Tiffany decided to give. Whatever tea Tiffany decided to display, we just had to show up for it. But Mel definitely was giving, I knew about it, passive aggressive, so let me protect her vibes. It definitely felt like that. Okay. Child, not Tiffany is another Miss Wanda. It does feel that way, just more cleaned up. Okay. But yeah, y'all, when Destiny walked away and Kimmy was like, don't be so sensitive, that was another part that made me feel like it wasn't just Mel and that my feelings about Destiny getting there and being on one from the very beginning were true. I do. I feel like Destiny was already on one. I don't know what the backstory is, but I feel like Destiny is taking way too long to say what her issue with Mel is. You know what I'm saying? Like, I just really do feel like that. I don't know what's going on in their relationship, but I wish they would be honest and real about it and get past it versus having all of these very surface level conversations or humbuggish ass conversations where nothing is really talked about or resolved as to why you didn't say anything about your divorce from the very beginning. Why? Please tell me. Because it really seems as if you don't trust her. That's what it seems like. And I need to know why you call somebody a friend that you can't even trust with your divorce information. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, y'all. I'm going to leave it there. Okay. And we're going to pick up the rest of this review with my members and my Patreons. Okay. I've already posted that link for y'all. So I will see y'all over there. Everybody else, thank you so much. I hope to see y'all next time because y'all know I'll be here damn near every day. Okay. So I love y'all. And all my Patreons and members, I will see y'all over on the other side. All right.